All right, how's everybody doing this evening? Everybody doing good?
Yes. How are you, Austin? This is
Hey,
Siobhan.
Austin.
Well, I am doing well. I'm glad that everybody is here and doing well. I got what I think is a pretty good presentation this evening that we called 30 Days, 10 Ways, giving you guys specific examples on 10 different ways to 10 different ways to be able to create content for your potential clients. And we are recording this evening. Give everybody a couple more minutes because I think we had about 15 people register this evening, which is outstanding considering I just posted it yesterday. So that's rather good, rather good. And as I said before, this is not just a real estate specific principles and ideas. This is something that will directly apply to anybody in any walk of business. I just, for SEO purposes, I typically tend to gear my content information towards realtors, but the same principles apply for anybody. All right, so we're going to get right into it because I am conscious of people's time. I do want to make sure I'm hitting the record button. Hold on. Says I'm screen sharing. I am recording. All right, cool. So once again, my name is Austin Hill, owner of YRN Photography. Um, I social media brand strategist, helping small business owners to be able to generate and create ideas to help them engage with their potential clients and clientele. My hope is that by the end of today's presentation, you are able to walk away with some tips and ideas that can do just that, right? And I'm going to be very specific in the tools that I'm giving you. This is not hypotheticals. This is not like a hey, if you play around, like, no, these are going to be very specific actions that if you do and do these actions for 30 days, you will see results, right? All right, so let's get right into it. Right. So first understanding. So social media is a tool, right? And the first thing you have to realize is there are three main purposes that you're trying to get into social media. The first purpose is going to be to educate. You always want to look to educate your clients on information. You have to treat them as if they know nothing about whatever the topic is that you specialize in. So you want to educate them as much as possible whenever you can, right? Next, you want to engage. Social media is designed to be an engaging thing. A lot of people think that just because you schedule something, you're posting it, that you don't have to engage, but you're actually working against the algorithm when you do that. And chances are your content won't even show up. So you want to make sure you're engaging on the regular in your social media profile. And then you want to excite. Every now and then you want to do something that's going to excite. And by excite, I mean get a lot of likes in a short amount of time, get a lot of comments in a short amount of time. You want to do something that is going to re-engage the algorithm. For those who follow my social media page, that's one of the reasons why I did a couple of reels on Saturday and Sunday, right? I was getting some decent traffic on my page before then, but I said, okay, it's time for me to do something exciting. So I found a reel. One is something I really unfortunately constantly do where like I would lose track of time either in my office or at the studio. And my wife will text me like, you make sure that Corey ate. Like, what did Corey eat? And I'm like, oh shoot, like forgot Corey didn't eat, right? So that's something that's like real life, but I use and it got a lot of traction, a lot of likes, a lot of ha-has and things of that nature. But what it did is it re-engaged um my interaction base and then push it further out and I can kind of show some of the analytics behind it. But in all that you're doing in social media, you want to make sure that you're following those three principles: educate, engage, and excite, right? So you also want to make sure that you are evaluating the goals that are set by Facebook, your Facebook business page in the first place, right? If anybody saw this morning, I made a post in the post this morning, was designed around within Facebook. They give you goals, and how many people actually go into like Facebook business within their business profile page? And if not, it's okay. I'll showcase it at the end of today's presentation. Anybody? Anybody do that? All right, cool. So I'll show you. So a lot of people are like, oh, I want to go viral. I want to do this. I want to do that. Facebook and Meta will show you specifically what you should do in order to grow your profile every single week, right? At the start of the week, either on Sunday or Monday, they'll give you a set of tasks that you are to accomplish. And if you accomplish those tasks and check everything off, you are guaranteed to go outside of your sphere and they will push your content out. It's a guarantee in a checklist. And I'll show you what that looks like, right? But by doing so, you're engaging your audience, you're focusing on content that is going to be engaging, you're going to increase your engagement, which not is not just likes and shares, but also views. So Facebook also tracks and Instagram also checks the views. While people may not interact with the actual post, if you're getting a lot of reach and a lot of views, they will also look to promote your page as well, because what they'll do is add to it, add something to it before or after, because it knows that your page has a high chance of having some kind of interaction. And then also looking at your conversion rate. Like, so your profile specifically has conversion rate attached to it, and that's inside of your analytics as well too. Is looking to see how much traffic is coming to and from your page. If you have a website, if you don't have a website, that is going to be a big proponent. And I'll be doing another workshop on a basic website builder for realtors as well too. But it's also looking to see how many people are on your page and then jumping off to a scheduling site, a website, or something of that nature as well. Any questions about this? No? All right, cool. Right? All right, so tasks that Facebook sets, right? There are four basic tasks that you should focus on within Facebook. First are going to be stories. Stories is something really easy. It's set up to be a 24-hour window, and it has the largest possibility for you to have engagement because it's almost guaranteeing that people who are engaging or following you has an opportunity to showcase or see whatever it is that you're doing, right? The algorithm is set up. If you have over, like I have probably 3,000 people that are either subscribing to my page or whatever, I know that I'm not going to show on all 3,000 people's feeds with what I post. But what I do know is if I have a story, I have a higher percentage chance of getting on over 50% of their pages for a short amount of time. So during that time, I need to think of something that's going to be engaging and going to have some kind of interaction. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You have your static post. That's what most of you are used to. Come in with a picture, you went out to dinner, took a photo with your cell phone, you did a short little video clip or something of that nature. Everybody's used to those static posts, and those are great, right? So they have a purpose. Direct messages. Instagram and Facebook are looking and judging your profile also off of how many people are engaging in direct messages. Because once again, social media is designed for you to be social, right? So it's gauging the percentage of one, how many people are DMing you, two, your response percentage and rate of people DMing you as well. So you can't just go off of, hey, people are DMing me or I'm not responding to DMs, right? Because by doing so, you are actually hindering your profile by not responding to those DMs as well. Because it's saying, oh, this person doesn't want to be interactive or social. So in turn, I'm going to turn off their page into being seen at certain instances at certain points. And then reels. Reels are the short videos. That's always going to be something that, Instagram and Facebook are looking to promote, especially now with the looming thought of um, TikTok possibly going away. So definitely, you're going to see more interaction on social media in regards to like short form videos, right? All right, so your traditional social media posts, right? That's what many of you are doing on a regular basis. You're doing text-based, asking people, "What'd you do this weekend? How was your day?" Things of that nature. So those are good. Don't never go away from those because those will give you opportunity to be able to interact. You don't have to always post something that is going to be heavy curated. It could be something that's extremely simple, even to the point where if it's Instagram, you could type a question out on your notes on your cell phone, screenshot it and put it up there, So don't underestimate the power of having a text-based um, engagement. Two, You want to also showcase stuff that's versatile, right? You want to share data, information, market trends, market insights. I know that not NAR, the Maryland um, Brokerage Association, pretty much every month is coming out with different stats that are released to you all. Um, uh, so having that information and sharing it out on social media will be beneficial. So showcasing those market trends and where things are developing is critical. And then find stuff that's engaging. Ask questions, poll questions, um, have interaction Q&A sessions, doing live like those typical posts, and you can purchase those like on Etsy and different locations as well too. Will be beneficial. Reels. So never underestimate the power of reels. So reels are not just the fancy TikTok stuff that you see. Reels are anything that's short form video that on Instagram made the change to be over to 3 minutes or less, but really it's 1 minute and 50, 1 minute and 30 seconds or less, right? So you can do short form videos where it's something really quick, really engaging to get the idea across, right? You can do stuff that's creative storytelling where you start to showcase maybe what you did over a weekend, or if you did some showings, if you went to a restaurant, something of that nature, adding some music to it. There's music built into the app that you can utilize, but doing some creative storytelling. Or you can use your Reels and Short Gauge to engage new audiences. If you've been inside of Instagram lately, there's a new feature called Trials. Has anybody seen that as of late? So if you open up the app, and I'm assuming it's for everybody, you go into Instagram, you go into Reels, right? And you go to post and try to go all the way through getting ready to post, right? So you go all the way through getting ready to post. Let me, you go all the way through the next, and you go into towards the bottom. There's an option that says trial. So what trial is going to do is it's going to try to showcase your content for a trial basis around what it thinks your a projected audience should be and would be. This is going to be an audience that is not your typical your followers. It's going to be somebody outside of your sphere. But that goes back to being able to reach new audiences. So if you have a new idea, something new that is not geared for your current audience base, you can use a trial option within Reels to be able to to be able to showcase and do just that. Any question about Reels?
I do have a question, Austin.
All right, who is that? If you don't mind saying who, because I
It's
can't see.
it's Dawn.
Oh, hey, Dawn, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, and
So
yourself?
so I saw the thing about trials this morning.
Yeah.
So when it says like exactly what you're saying, like a new audience, is it even somewhat geared to whoever you're looking for?
Yes, yes, it's basing on the algorithm. So what it's doing is it's making a mirror audience of what it believes your algorithm is, right? So it's important to also at the same time that you're growing your audience, trim it down if it doesn't meet what you are trying for it to be, right? So I'll be the first one to say, like, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, right? I am purposeful in making sure that my audience is not Wilmington or Delaware based. Why? Because that's not where my market is. Like, I love the fact that my mom wants to show to all the family members, like, oh, what her baby boy is doing, and that's great, but that's going to break my algorithm if I wasn't intentional about growing at the same time in my niche market. So that's extremely important for somebody that's out there that's watching this, making sure that you are trimming down, removing people that do not meet your algorithm is very important. You want to make sure that you're doing that. Did I answer your question? Don't. Maybe she dropped off. Okay, hopefully I answered your question. All right, so stories. Stories, I think is a very underutilized tool. I mentioned before, you can do things such as behind the scenes. So preparing people for your final product, you're just giving them clips about what you're doing. You're going to use the interactive features, which to me is the gem of stories because you can pose a question, have it there for 24 hours and take it away. Pose a post, have it there for 24 hours and take it away. Utilize or look to utilize polls, Q&A, quizzes on a weekly basis, because what you're doing is you're telling your social media platform, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, that people want to engage with you so they can find other people to have you engage with as well. All right, so here's some ideas. Like, so if I'm a realtor and I'm getting out there, now that I gave you the basis of content, here's some ideas. So one, showcasing listings, right? So if you don't have a listing within your brokerage, there is a listing. So going in there, doing tours, doing videos, doing interactive, saying, hey, this is what $300,000 can get you in Baltimore. This is what 300,000 can get you in Columbia. What 300,000 can get you in Dundalk. So finding a story or showcasing a property in these neighborhoods and saying what it can get you can be informative and educate at a minimum. Educating on market trends, saying what the market is doing. I think everybody in here, if you haven't already prepared, you should be getting ready to, when the changing of the guard happens next week, talking about what's going to happen in the market. The market is going to do something. The market is going to react. You need to be prepared to say what the market is doing, right? Same token, if you're not in real estate and you're in weddings, right? So those, I know there's some MUAs in here, right? The market, from what I'm getting from wedding planners, is that it's turning into a micro wedding market. You're seeing more venues starting to collapse and close and not be able to open. Then in turn, you're finding more couples who are going more micro. So you need to prepare content that talks about the benefits of micro weddings. What are some ways that you can still stay viable in a micro market? Not necessarily downgrading your offerings, but showing why having a luxury experience is worth the investment. All right, so you want to educate on home buying or buying and selling tips, right? You want to make sure you're giving tips. Every buyer and seller is not going to be the same. Those who are veterans in here, you know that no two buyers are the same, no two sellers are the same. Every scenario is different. So finding tips on educating is going to be important, right? You could have somebody who need to do a quick sell because they're building their dream house, right? So you need to talk about what that looks like from a tip standpoint. They need to do a whole lot of things. Dion, you're on here. You might tell a seller, like, look, you need to sell this in 30 days. You need to invest a mover to put everything into a storage unit so you can declutter so that when somebody walks in, that they can picture themselves in a home, especially if you've accumulated things over 10, 15, 20 years. You need to sell this quickly. So you need to remove yourself from it. Shoot, you might even tell them, like, I need you to go away for a weekend and declutter so that I can try to get this thing staged, deep cleaned, and everything to have one good open house. So tips on what that could look like is important. Giving different scenarios, even if it's not your scenario, ask other people in your brokerage, hey, give me some different buyer or seller scenarios that you've had so you can work it on your end and showcase and share what it is that you would do to speak to that. Promote upcoming events, finding events that are coming, finding ways that you can increase your network. Partner with, if it's not just real estate, partner with other local businesses. Find out where people are, because that's how you're going to grow your sphere. About 60 to 70% of your business is going to come from word of mouth and networking. How can you grow in that area if you don't get out and network? Share people's posts, share events, share different things. It doesn't have to be real estate related. It can be something that is going to curate engagement, you being able to interact, you being able to meet new people. So take that in mind. And then you want to excite, right? You want to do things that are going to get interaction and feedback and things of that nature. So, if there's a new restaurant out there, you want to talk about the restaurant that's in their neighborhood features. Remember, Dion did like a bathroom renovation one time, showing home improvements, showing people like, hey, you have a weekend project. You want to renovate a bathroom. Here's how we'll renovate a bathroom with $2,000. Here's how we'll renovate a bathroom with whatever it may be, and then breaking it down, and then maybe doing a time lapse video, or maybe helping somebody do something. But finding stuff that is going to excite people and get them to interact should always be a focus. All right, so 3 tools to use. So if I'm doing all these things, I'm trying to educate, I'm trying to engage and things of that nature. Here are 3 tools and apps that I would use. One, Gamma. So the presentation you guys are looking at today, I made it with it's called Gamma.app. If you have never done a presentation before, you're nervous about doing presentations, don't know what to use, this app is nothing short of amazing. I was able to come up with this presentation literally in 15 minutes. Like all the topics you guys are seeing, like I sat down and I went on to answer the public on things that realtors are struggling with. It gave me the ideas. I put the prompts into Gamma.app. It gave me the overview of what to present on. I added my little flavor to it, and then boom, here we go. So Gamma.app is definitely something you want to download. Captions app. If you are nervous about talking on camera, all you have to do is record it one time, upload it into the AI generated, and then you can type your own script and then be able to write explainer videos on a regular after recording just one time with the captions app. And then you can always, if you're comfortable with talking, you can do your own talking head videos and things of that nature. But it's a great tool to be able to use. And then CapCut. When in doubt, you can always use CapCut to chop up videos, do recordings, like the video I did earlier today explaining about how to go into Facebook business and look at the tasks that have to be accomplished. I made that in CapCut. I recorded it with the camera you're looking at right now, and using the Apple has like a photo booth app. I sat there, recorded it, dropped it over into CapCut, put the screenshot in there, and then boom, it was done in 20 seconds. All right, so here are your 10 ideas. You can screenshot it, you can write it down. Here are 10 ideas that you can use for the next 30 days of content that is extremely easy. One, create a reel to showcase a listing. You can do it with photos, videos, or a virtual tour, walkthrough tour. Two, do an IG live to educate the market on market trends and insights. You can do a 5-minute IG live about what's happening in the market. Three, you can create a post to educate with a home buyer or seller tips. If you don't have any tips, you can go on Etsy and buy January real estate posts or February real estate posts. It'll give you tips automatically. I buy packets of templates every single month. It's always there. Four, make a story promoting an upcoming event. Somebody in your network is always doing an event. You can make a story encouraging people to go to that event. Five, doing an IG reel recording of a testimonial of a past client. Find a past client that you help with a rental, a buying or selling situation, interview them, use that and make it a reel. Make a reel at a neighborhood restaurant that you tried over the weekend and give it a review. A lot of you like eating out at very nice restaurants. When I see you posting on your social medias on a regular, myself, I like to go to the same 2 or 3 restaurants. So I always enjoy watching you all go to nice places. So post about it, share, because somebody like myself may actually consider going there. Uh, Send a DM to a past follower, thanking them for following you and asking them a question. The moment that they respond back to you, it triggers in social media that you are actually interacting and worth showing up in other people's profiles that are similar to that person. Create a story and then have a survey poll or question or some kind of interaction that causes people to vote on a topic or idea or something, right? So, the Eagles are going to play the Redskins this weekend. So maybe that's one of the questions. Who you want to win this weekend? When the Eagles to win, the Redskins to win, and then have a poll. But that once again is going to trick the algorithm into thinking that you are engaging with the platform and the profile. Create a story that encourages people to DM you with a response. Once again, it could be something like, "Hey, I'm giving away free tickets to something this weekend. DM me if you're interested." And they have a whole lot of people DM you. That once again is engaging the profile to let Instagram and Facebook know that you're worth interacting with. And then last, record a video introducing yourself to the market and then thanking people for following you. So once again, screenshot this. These are 10 different ideas that you can do within the next 30 days that will help engage your client base. And then when you do all these things, because you can pretty much do many of these things over a weekend, you can utilize it by using a scheduling tool. I'm going to show you within Facebook Business or Meta Business how you can go about scheduling. You don't have to get on there every single day to do the scheduling. You just do it one time for the month and it's done. And then consistency is key, right? So in all these things, if you're consistent, if you're consistently working and looking to improve, you are going to see improvements. And that is the presentation that I have for you all. Before I jump into Meta Business, are there any questions?
Austin, can I ask a question about the platform, the dashboard?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Facebook dashboard is the business, the Meta is helpful, but is it different on Instagram? Because the layout is not the same.
They interact well with one another. You can access many of your insights that you need on there, but the layout is different. So a lot of the things you need to do, like scheduling and things of that nature, you can do from it. And I'm pulling it up right now, but it's designed to be it's designed to be like a one-stop shop, not like a mimic and to replicate it, if that makes sense.
Got it.
All right, so this is your Meta Business Suite. This is designed to make running a business or a business page a lot easier. So if you go on the Meta Business Suite homepage, as I said, like it's going to give you a to-do list to do every single week, right? So it's going to tell me exactly what it is I need to do. It says that I need to publish 21 stories on Instagram within a week, right? It's going to tell me I need to publish 7 times to Facebook, 13 times to Instagram, 20 stories on Facebook, maintain a response rate of 0.5%. I've already published an ad and I've already viewed my insights. Does everybody know where to go at for insights? If not, I can show you. So within insights, it's a tab on the left, and then it's going to show you your feedback. So we were talking about the difference between Instagram and Facebook, right? So this was higher because I was running a Facebook ad to get interaction. Facebook ad ended around Christmas, but you're seeing I'm still steady uptick, maintaining, growing, right? And then it breaks down the demographics. It's also going to tell me my audience and audience levels too, right? So my plan for the month um uh from the month currently, I'm on a 59 trajectory growth with a goal of 88. So what do I need to do in order to reach 88 followers for the month? I need to do something to continue to engage and make them want to interact by the end of the month. Because Meta is going to tell you what you need to do. Clearly, I was doing a good job when I was running ads and things of that nature. After the ad stopped, it started to dip, but looked like I'm trending upwards with the traction. But once again, Meta is going to tell you what you need to do in order to grow. When you deviate from that, you're going to see it, right? Like it's not going to be hidden. It's not going to be a, oh, woe is me. Like it's telling you what you need to do. And then you can also look at the audience. I'm the first one to say my audience is women ages of 25 to 55 who are about their business, right? And look, it's telling you women 25, 35, 45. That's going to be over 70% of my business. Baltimore area, within social media. That's going to be the largest percentage of my follower base and interacting base. Um, what else? But also tells you what your potential audience could be, right? Showing you what your potential audience, if I were to mimic, where I would be able to pull them from, right? Would this be helpful? Not really, because I want to focus on micro content within my market. But if I was to look to grow, here would be my top markets to be able to grow with it. When it comes to creating a plan, you can go inside of the planner. And then the planner is going to help you to be able to create the content that you need on a regular basis. So you go right into the planner. You can go to create post. If you notice, it's linked. My Instagram is linked. So you can go right in there, type whatever it is you need to type. Boom, boom, boom. And then you can go all the way through, all the way down to scheduling. You can schedule it out. You can boost it. I can add a collaborator. I can add a website. I can do anything and everything in between. all from the planner, and I can plan for the week on here. So opening the floor up for questions. It's quiet.
So, Doc, I don't have a question, but I do want to say thank you. I definitely learned something tonight. I had no idea about trials, and I really love that because there's something that I want to push out that I need to extend beyond the audience that I currently have. So I'm definitely going to use that feature. So thank you for this.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And then think about the content that you want to create, right? So like you already know you're good at informing, but think of something that you want to get outside of your network and then run a couple things through trials, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to try it out there for like 3 days, think like 3 or 5 days on your market that's not your current fan base, and then loop it back in. So that's probably why sometimes you might see a post that says 3 days old. Is because it's been ran through trials before it got to you. Other questions for people on here? Anything? If not, I thank you all for attending. There's another class on Wednesday talking about how to take content that you already have and design it, whether it be photos or videos, and how to design it to have further reach. I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. If you look to sign up, thank you so much.
Thanks, Austin. I learned a
Thanks,
lot.
everybody. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.